Long resident of Porterville. I too request that 1718 be pulled from the consent calendar for public discussion because there are not routine items. For some people don't know, proclamations is not something the mayor developed or wrote. Citizens write proclamations every day. But individual staff, city staff, anybody can write a proclamation. It's online. You can come and pick up the form here at City Hall. All the mayor does is sign it, and if so choose, the city council can also sign it with her. We do proclamations all the time. I've been coming to city councils for over 5 years now. We did proclamations to honor country bands, Iris Day, you name it, people, individual events, anything. I believe even the separation of church and state. It's just really disheartening, the last city council meeting, the things I heard. You think after 5 years I would be used to it because it's kind of a repeat. But the plain disrespect they had for a mayor is it's not right. For people that have their personal religious beliefs, you can have them, but when you represent and take oath of office, you raise your hand and you take that oath to uphold the Constitution for all people, regardless of what your personal religious beliefs are. You got to realize we're here. We're not going nowhere. We work here. We're going to be some of your children someday, like it or not. We're here. But the plain disregard of people can have their opinions, but they're not facts. They're your opinions. You can come up here and state, the sky's blue and someone's going to say it's purple. It doesn't make no sense. If you read the city charter, the mayor has all ceremony issues and patriotic duties. The mayor has sole authority. Now, unless you want to change the city charter for something that's not really city business per se, that has no legal standing, is this silly. It's silly. If you know and you come to city council meetings, not just for these big shows, but if you show up and be involved in the civic part of the city council, you'll realize proclamations are done kind of before the meeting actually gets started, before any city business really happens. So I just suggest people we're real proud on this literacy program. Let's read a little bit. Thank you.
My name is Rosanna Soto, and I am a Porterville resident. I have been my whole life.
Can you turn the mic up just a little bit? Raise your mic just a little bit. Thank you.
I request that items 17 and 18 be pulled from the calendar for public discussion and is not routine. I'll start by thanking you, Madam Mayor, for taking the first step and having the courage to do something about having equal rights. Change is never easy. The unknown is scary, but as a woman of God, you made the decision based on what is right and equal, and simply because you care. You've seen the suffering. It is real. It happens every day. No living being deserves that. I am a survivor of sexual abuse, and I can tell you that all 3 of my abusers were heterosexual. And for anyone to imply that sexual abuse is a result of homosexuality is completely false, embarrassing, and beyond ridiculous. Straight Americans need an education of heart and soul. They must understand, to begin with, how it can feel to spend years denying your own deepest truths, to sit silently through classes, meals, church services, while people you love toss off remarks that brutalize your soul. War, rape, murder, poverty, famine, civil and equal rights for all are worldwide issues and national issues as well. But are we really more concerned about who I love than what the real problems are? I am your daughter. I am your sister. I am your friend, an aunt, and a cousin. I am human. It sincerely blows my mind that strangers, people who know nothing of me or who I am and what I stand for, willingly inflict such hate and prejudice onto humans simply because they are different. Yes, I am different, but I am different because my Creator has made it so. Americans seem to forget no single person in this country besides Native Americans were Native. Innocent Native American women, men, and children were slaughtered, and then their land was claimed. Murder, rape, torture, theft are what this land was built on. That is hypocrisy. We are what we build. We as a country can be great. I will pray for all of those that when we meet, our God does not punish you for not knowing better. Love is love. God is nothing but love. Stop disguising the message of hate with our God. It is simple. He created me. If he wanted me to be someone else, he would have done so. In fact, this moment here, it is part of his plan. I was here to let you know that he loves me. He loves me because not only does it say it in the Bible, but he has saved me himself. Our paths have collided because he has willed it.
Time's expired.
My name is Teresa Carpenter. I am from Porterville. That's my sister. I wanted to rescind 17 and 18. That's as far as I remember. I'm just a mom. I'm straight. There are people here that I love and are very close to. And this is horrible, rescinding. And it's not so much because of them. I have a son who has CP and has he's filled with God. And I have another son who grows his hair long to donate it to cancer patients. And because he does this, other children call him gay. They have actually threatened to jump my son, and he's not gay. And I have to explain to him, where did this ignorance come from? And this comes from somewhere. A child is not born hateful. It is taught. It comes from somewhere. And making this proclamation go through, it does mean more to someone like me too. I don't have to be gay for it to mean a lot. I just have to love somebody who's gay and love my child enough to want him to be the best person he can. And he is an awesome child. And I have just tried to fill my kids with love, and it's very hard because there are children out there that parents don't realize what they say and how it affects them. And when they enter the schools, they get it all confused, and they're walking up to children. No child deserves this, whether they're gay or not. The ignorance is so deep that they see this boy with long hair and they're like, well, you must be gay, you have long hair, we're going to jump you. That's hate. That's a hate. I don't know how any other way to put it, but I have to explain this to my child. And then we come in here and I have to explain why church-going people, I go to church too, why church-going people are saying things that doesn't sound much like church-going people. I have nothing more, but if you look around, a lot of these people here that are wearing our little flags, that's your youth. And that's your youth speaking. Take a look at them, because they're your future voters, but they're also Porterville's future. Tell them it's okay to be part of this future.
Good evening, Mayor Norola and council members. My name is Karen Bishop. I'm a longtime resident of Porterville. I'm also a wife and a mother and a member of the American Sociological Association. I'm a professor of sociology. I've been teaching about gender, sexuality, and families for over 20 years at institutions like the University of Connecticut, University of Hartford, as well as our own Porterville College. I'm here to tell you that the myths that some of our residents have repeated tonight have long been debunked. 20 decades and decades of research by experts in disciplines in virtually all the social and behavioral sciences have disproven that information over and over again, and yet it continues to be repeated. And the problem with this isn't just that people embrace this misinformation, but what I see as the major issue for us in a democracy is when misinformation like this is used to create public policy. And this is what I want you to consider tonight. You're here tonight, obviously, as members of our community. We're all members of this community. And you each have your own heartfelt beliefs and values and perspectives, but you're also here to represent all of us. And all of us means all of us. So what people need is community. And this proclamation that was signed and presented at the last meeting was a symbol of that community. It was a moment of recognizing that our community isn't just made up of people like each of us individually, but it's made up of all of us and people who are different than we are. And when we listen to people whose varying perspectives are divergent from our own, and we reflect on those, it gives us an opportunity to grow and evolve as a community and as a society. And that's sometimes where the best social change takes place. So conflict is inevitable. But when we consider that conflict and when we respectfully recognize those perspectives and try to find resolution, that's when we find the best social progress takes place. Thank you very much.
Thank you.